Hey Dani, how are you?
I'm good. I'm nervous because last time we went out together, it got pretty gnarly in the sand. Jeez, look at this. It's a bit rocky, isn't it?
It's a bit gnarly, isn't it? Yeah.
It is.
Guess what? You're going to be driving that.
I had a feeling you were going to say that on the way in. Anyway, we'll see how we go. We're out here today in Mundaring. We are tackling my part 2 of four-wheel drive adventure training, and you're the man of safety, so I'm quite assured that it's going to go okay.
No problem. What we're going to do is we're going to be driving through this. We're going to use diff locks, traction control, and also airing down the tyres. So we need to set up the vehicle first.
Okay. I've heard a lot about this place, and I'm excited to get started, so let's get into it.
Let's do it. Come on. Okay, so when we're off-road like this, we're going to air down the tyres. It softens the tyre, helps the tyre to conform to the ground and reduce wheel spin. It also helps a little bit more with articulation as well. So I reckon with these stiff tyres, we're going to go around to 18 PSI.
18 PSI, all right. What sound should I have there, Richard?
Big whoosh of
sound. Jump in and help me out.
There we go.
I reckon I'm going to be taking this nice and slow, Richard, because it's making me slightly nervous out there.
Well, I'm going to be in front guiding you. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it into low range.
Yep.
And the button we're going to possibly use is the one just down there with the cross on the rear axle, and that's the rear diff lock. So if we get into trouble, we might use that button, but we're going to see how we go first of all, okay? First gear, low range, nice and gently. I will guide you through, okay?
We'll chat on the two-way.
All right.
Get your two-way ready. So the track we're taking on today is in Garan land, otherwise known as the infamous Powerlines track. It looks really bumpy. I don't know if I'm going to do it. Richard's given me a bunch of hand signals to follow. Not going to lie, don't know what any of them mean. So let's wing it and see how we go.
Okay, so what we want to do is put it into low range if you haven't already done so, okay? Put it into reverse. I'm going to reverse you back up and line you up for this obstacle.
All right. Oh, there he goes with his hand signals that I've got no idea what they mean. Yep, righto.
So one of the things you can do when you've got a difficult obstacle is actually have someone in front giving you a spot through. So this is what I'm doing for Dani. I'm basically helping her steer through. So I'm going to stop her there and bring her forward.
Stop, come forward.
And she's going to watch my hands as I guide her through the difficult stuff because she can't actually see over the bonnet.
I can't. Oh, I've got to drive. When do I put it in neutral, but?
That's to go between high range and low range and back again, but you'll need it in gear to drive forward.
Roger. Oh no. Nah, I'm really low. Oh my gosh.
So keep watching me, Dani.
I'm watching you, but I don't know what those hand signals mean. Left. Oh, right. Oh shit, I'm gonna tip! Richard, I'm gonna tip! I do not like this. Oh, nah. Oh, shh. Am I still meant to be in drive or neutral? Drive or neutral?
First gear.
First gear. Stop talking. I'm bogged. Am I bogged?
Okay, Dani, now remember we turned that traction control system off, and before that saved you by grabbing hold of that wheel. This time, it's just digging a hole. So this is where we're going to engage that rear locking differential. So press that button down there. What you'll see, it'll start flashing a little red.
Yes.
When it's gone solid, that's when it's locked in, but you can start to drive gently forward now.
No, they're laughing. I'm in the air, aren't I? No, I'm in the air. Am I in the air? I don't know if I'm being dramatic or not, but I feel like I'm floating in Luke's car. This type of track is something I'd normally encourage my husband to avoid, but today's all about taking Richard's guidance and giving it a crack.
This way.
I can't turn it. Oh. No, you can. I can't. You can. Okay, Richard, because you're the expert. We're not all experts. I don't want to know what I am. Am I going to drop? I'm going to drop. Richard has got a weird smirk on his face. Am I Richard! Richard! Yep, straight. Alright. Nah, this is hard, man. That's why this Powerlines track is for hardcore four-wheel drivers, certainly not me.
Okay, so this is pushing Dani's limits at the moment, so just from her reactions and stuff. And the most important thing to remember is if you're using a spotter, use your spotter. You've got to be focused and you've got to see what they're doing and follow their instructions. So Dani's done that really well and it's got her through without any problems. Keep coming, keep coming.
I'm about to tip, Richard.
Keep coming. You got plenty, you're not going to tip over.
Oh gosh.
There you go.
That gets the adrenaline going, doesn't it?
It certainly does. When you haven't done something like that before, it's good, isn't it?
I tell you what, I was nervous, especially when I found out that I had a couple of wheels in the air at one point.
You had several wheels at the air at several points, so don't let that worry too much. The car was level or fairly level, and it's not going to sort of fall over on you. But have a look back at what you've just done.
Oh gosh. Surely this is going to be the hardest part of the track.
Well, I wouldn't say the hardest part. Certainly a challenge, but there are harder bits. So let's go and have a look, shall we?
All right. Beautiful place the Wandoo Forest is, and only 20 minutes out of Mundaring. Cracking weather, it's the greatest place to explore for your first time four-wheel driving. Luckily, I've got the guidance of Richard, so I'm okay today, but I would recommend you come out and give it a shot. Now, whilst this spot is filled with tough terrain, it is quite nice once you hit the gravel road. It's open, it's scenic, and you get to park up under the shade and stop for lunch. So a really good tip that Richard just let me in on is I'm following him. So keeping a good distance means I can see which way his tyres are going, follow the tracks that he's already taken, and make sure we get through it safely. A few bad spots for me today have been my wheel placement on this track.
Yep.
So why are we doing this area right now?
You guessed it, wheel placement. The more you practice it, the better it is. For instance, if you drop a wheel down into this hole and it's the rear wheel as you're climbing up through here, the vehicle's going to pivot on the opposite corners there. The vehicle's going to launch in the air, and it can suddenly grab and twist you up and put the vehicle in a compromising position. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to practice that wheel placement, and it's really quite important down there. Some big holes back there.
All right, let's practice.
Okay, Dani, as soon as you're where I am, your left wheel will be where my feet are. As you focus up the track, you'll see there's a very skinny grass spike coming out of a grass tree.
I want you to have that right in the centre of the bonnet and line that up.
And that's what we'll start off on the track with, okay?
Roger. You ready to see forward driving like you've never seen before, Richard?
I hope it's what I haven't never seen before.
Yeah, right, mate.
So remember, when you're the spotter, your job is to control the driver. And if they don't know what your commands mean, you're in trouble. So always keep your driver calm, and so that clear, concise instructions as to what you want them to do.
Oh, it's pretty bumpy here.
We're trying to get Dani directly over the top of this hole rather than putting wheels in there.
Richard just said this next bit will shake my tail feathers, and it is. I definitely think if you're gonna tackle the Powerlines track, definitely come out with friends. Come out with people that have maybe done it before. It is quite bumpy and rocky, and there are quite a few drop-offs at some points as well. So definitely come out with people that have done it before and do your research before you hit the tracks. How good was that, Richard?
That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, did I do all right?
You did well.
I'm a little bit ballet toes with the pedal, aren't I?
Yeah, I'm just having a look. Your heels, yeah, just keep consistent. So feel where the engine takes up power, and then just keep it trundling at that. And you'll almost feel every knob of your tyre going over, and you just keep on ticking on that, just that small amount of adjustment.
I've been a bit jumpy today with my feet, and that's because I've not been placing my foot flat on the pedal. I've kind of been pressing the accelerator with my toes. Richard just gave me a great tip and said, kind of hold your right foot up against a little bit of your car there to stabilise it on the accelerator so that you're not so jumpy as you take off.
Turn in.
Oh, there she goes with the ballet toes. Look. I have to say the Wandoo Forest is so beautiful, and to think it's only 20 minutes out of Mundaring makes it such a great day trip. Take a bunch of mates with you so that you never get stuck, you got people around. I love it. Richard, thank you again for today. I definitely
good.
did some things I thought I could never do, and I can't believe how different it is to beach driving.
Very, very different. So the two terrains are polar opposites.
I had a hoot and I can't wait to come again. Is there any last minute tips you can recommend us?
Well, obviously, we'd like you to come and do a four-wheel drive course, and that way you can learn the capabilities and limitations of your vehicle, because there's nothing worse than coming home on a tilt tray.
All right, well, Richard from Adventure Offroad Training, look him up, book him in, especially if you're new to four-wheel driving, and get a course done today.